Hey, that's a new character. I guess sometimes I forget what show I'm watching, right?
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of TWD Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for Survival of the Fittest. Is going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of Survival of the Fittest Season 4. This is going to be for episode 4 called Blind Loyalty.
Okay guys, just gonna be doing a review for today. This one's gonna be doing another video for Survival of the Fittest. This one is gonna be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of Survival of the Fittest Season 4. This could be for episode 4, which is called Blind Loyalty. So, of course, as usual, spoiler warning, if you have not seen this week's episode yet of Survival of the Fittest, we're gonna delve into some spoilers, and let's get right into it. So, Survival of the Fittest Season 4, episode 4, Blind Loyalty. So, it was a decent episode, I think. It was a decent episode this week. Not amazing, not bad. It was decent. You know, that's kind of what I can say initially, kind of my initial thoughts after seeing the episode. I thought it was a decent episode. You know, I don't think there's anything too bad about it or anything too great about it either. I just think it's a whatever episode to me. I'm going to say, though, I do think that this is one of the weakest episodes of Season 4, if not the weakest, though, because Season 4, I feel like, has been a really good season so far. You know, we've had a lot of time with the Godfather. We've had a lot of time with the Cade character, some time with Clay last week. A lot of the season I really have been enjoying, but I do think that this episode is kind of what kind of told me, I'm going to be honest, this episode is kind of what told me that Season 3 is a stronger start to a season than Season 4. I'm going to be honest about that. But that's just my opinion. Obviously, you guys are entitled to your opinion. Maybe if you think Season 4 is a better start than Season 3, let me know in the comments. But that is just kind of my initial thoughts from seeing the first 4 episodes. I like Season 3 a little bit better so far than Season 4. Anyway, so this week's episode, we basically focus on another outpost attack. The main character that we get in this one is David, which I was very happy about because he's obviously our main character, so I wanted to see a little bit more screen time with him. And basically, in the intro scene, we basically get introduced to this outpost, and we get to see, like, there are these prisoners or whatever, and there's this guy named Baxter that kind of works for the Godfather, and you can see he's kind of a little rough around the edges. He's a little bit on the brutal side. And then we cut to the intro, and then after the intro, we get to see Carter. We got Carter and, David. They're kind of doing, like, some target practice and stuff like that. And I think it's really, really cool to kind of show some character development before they, of course, attack. Now, they attack this outpost, Baxter's outpost. And I will say there is one flaw that kind of comes in here real quick, is that I kind of feel like when they initially attack, it's a little too quiet. It's a little too chill for me. Usually with Survival, I'm used to hearing a lot of, like, intense music when they're fighting somebody or they're attacking or an outpost attack. And I feel like for an outpost attack, it was a little too on the kind of quiet and chill side. Like, I wasn't on the edge of my seat, I'll be honest. I kind of was like, okay, well, we know David's safe. Carter, okay, maybe we could see that. Like, maybe, Carter could get killed, but I don't think so. There wasn't enough tension for me in this fight, I guess is what I'm kind of trying to say. It was good. I just don't think it's as good as Episode 3 attack. This episode, we get to see them attack. We get to see kind of a battle kind of playing out here. And like I said, it wasn't too bad. I just felt like after a bit, it was just kind of a back and forth, shoot, pow, and there wasn't much music added, so it kind of just felt a little bland, if that makes any sense. Just for survival standards, it felt very bland to me. But I am going to say one thing I do like. I like when they kind of rescue those prisoners and they kind of take them out, and they kind of like, they get them on their side. I thought that was cool, and that's the whole mission, and the mission was accomplished for sure. So I thought that was really cool. Now, I do want to talk about Baxter's death, because this was something that I do like, even though the battle was a little meh for me. The death of Baxter, however, very good. David shows no mercy, of course, makes him jump, and of course he completely burns alive, and it was a really brutal and really awesome scene. So I'm gonna say that's the best scene of the episode for me. I thought that scene was freaking just, oh my god. I'm gonna be honest, that's one of the most brutal deaths in the show. Okay, I'm gonna say that. That's one of the most brutal deaths in the show. I think that was really, really intense. And I was, you're kind of wondering throughout the whole thing, like, is David going to make him jump? And then he does. Because you're kind of second guessing. You're like, is he going to maybe show mercy or something? But no, he doesn't. It's absolutely amazing. But they basically get out of there. And then you've got Josh. Now, all right, let's talk about Josh for a second here. So David gets back to the community. You've essentially got Josh and Maya that are talking, and then we find out that he made a promise to Morgan. Now, Josh, you guys know I'm not a fan of the arc the character's on this season. I think it's just very out of nowhere, very weird, very strange. I'm not, a big fan of it so far. And we get to see like this flashback with Morgan as they're kind of like back in season 2 and they're keeping secrets. So it was really cool to see Morgan again through a flashback. I thought that really was, it kind of threw me off, and I really actually liked it. I thought it was really cool. But this is my problem with the Josh thing, okay? He wants to make peace with the Godfather in order to keep the community around. David, he wants to kill David in order to make peace with the Godfather. I don't really think the Godfather gives two craps. This is how I read it. I don't think the Godfather gives two craps if David is dead. I feel like he's going to kill them no matter what. Like they killed Kevin. They killed like all this stuff in season 3. You would think that the Godfather, I'm sorry, I think Josh is being an idiot, okay? Because he's like, okay, I'm going to kill David. I'm gonna get him out of the way. And then I'm going to make peace with the Godfather. Make peace with the Godfather? He wants to kill everybody, doesn't he? Like, I don't know. That makes no sense to me. Like, I thought he wanted to kill everybody. Or am I reading that wrong and he actually wants to kill just David? Like, if I'm reading something wrong here, let me know, because I'm at a loss. I'm going to be honest. I'm at a loss with the character. I'm at a loss of why he's doing this. I get that maybe he don't like David much, but that's the other thing. Why doesn't he like David? Like, okay, he saved Blair's life, but and then he talks about how he's mad because of what happened with Morgan, and I'm just like, isn't David more pissed off? I'm at such a loss with Josh's character right now. I'm at such a loss, and I'm like, you kill David, you take care of David. Wouldn't the Godfather still come after you? Wouldn't Josh be smart enough to realize that? I don't know, guys. I'm just not understanding it. I'm really having a hard time understanding this Josh thing. So, Maya, obviously, great character. I'm going to be honest, I think Maya's a fantastic character. I love her kind of creepy vibe as usual. I think she's really growing on me as a character. But Josh, I wanted to save it in episode 3 because I didn't want to say it until I kind of saw where it went. And I still have yet to see where it goes. But I think it is time for me to kind of come to a conclusion with my thoughts on the Josh storyline. I think it's time. I can't drag it out any further. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So it's random. It's weird. It kind of also doesn't add up at times. And I'm sorry, guys. You guys know I'm always honest. I gotta be honest. I don't like the Josh stuff. So there you go. That's kind of my thoughts on that stuff. And then Blair is free. Now, that one also kind of makes me question a little bit, because David is drunk, and I was kind of talking to Matt about this last night when we were watching the episode, is that, David, something also doesn't add up there. So I'm not going to judge that yet either, but that also kind of came off as a bit weird to me. Like, that's another thing that came off as a bit weird. And that's how the episode ends, is Josh completely turning on David, and apparently working with Blair. Is that right? So, I don't know. This episode, guys, I don't know. It didn't do it for me. I'm going to be honest. It didn't quite do it for me. There's a lot of things that I don't really understand. The Godfather stuff, Derek, to me, it's just kind of there to be there. The Josh twist, not a fan of it. I kind of wanted to give it a chance in episode 3. I'm not a fan of it in this episode, guys. And the Outpost attack, while it wasn't bad, I just think there could have been a lot added to that. In terms of like music and intensity and stuff like that. Maybe a close call for Carter, just to kind of raise some tension a bit. Like, I don't know. I don't know, guys. This episode for me, I'm going to sit at a 7, okay? Because I feel like there is stuff that's going to go somewhere in the future. But a 7 is like the best I can do right now, to be honest. Because there's a lot of things that either are going to go somewhere, and that's why I'm still giving it a 7. But there's a lot of things in this one I'm a little bit confused on. I'm a little bit not sure what to think of it. So I'm going to sit right now at that for a rating. I'm going to sit at a 7. That's my thoughts for this week's episode. What do you guys think of this episode of Survival of the Fittest? I want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. It's not bad. It's not great. It's just kind of, for me personally, I looked at this as kind of like a mediocre Survival of the Fittest episode, if you want my honest opinion, okay? That is my thoughts. There you go. So That is my thoughts on this week's episode of Survival of the Fittest. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this episode of Survival of the Fittest. Write your comments in the comment section below. If you guys are new here, click the subscribe button to miss some of my videos for Survival of the Fittest. Follow Dan's walking reviews on Scrum guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another video for Survival of the Fittest. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Anybody out there?